10, Brian Flynn.
Thank you, Basil. I guess I'll also stick with that after all. I'd first like to thank all of you for coming out here. Without your presence, this would not be happening. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. I really do, and I want you guys to continue the fight. This really is an important fight that we have right here. I, last year, had an opportunity to file for candidacy for the 44th District. As a seventh generation Californian, I'm 31 years old and I've seen the state sadly go in decline. And I cannot find myself just standing idly by and not doing something about it. And an opportunity came up and I said, I will run. I will be a voice for reason, for common sense, for the little guy that seems to be overlooked by the powers that be in Sacramento. And so I said, I want redistricting reform. I want to support that Proposition 11. I want a part-time legislature so that these guys don't have the time to put these stinking laws together. Exactly, send them home so when they're not up in Sacramento hanging out with their lobbyist buddies, they're here actually amongst the people instead of saying, oh, I don't know if I can get a Southwest flight down in time and I got a fundraiser and blah, 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 and then just brush us off. My opponent at the time, he liked to tout the fact that he was the only legislature that gave out his home phone number. Well, if you saw Frank Gerardo's column in the Pasadena Star-News about a couple of months ago, he was very upset with our representative, Assemblyman Portantino, because he would not return his calls. He would not actually listen to him. He would speak to staffers, and the staffers had no idea that their own boss had this number. And so there's a complete disconnect going on in our state. And we need to get our state back. We need to send responsible people. We need to send Chuck DeVore to U.S. Senate. We need to send, we need reform. We need it now. And 2008, it may have not been a great year for reform-minded folks out there, but it woke up a sleeping giant. We're all here because we've seen what our president has said. He said it. He was going to redistribute the wealth, and unfortunately our fellow citizens believed in hope and change, which we all knew was bull and whatever. Anyway, I believe that we have ourselves in the coming year, in 2010, an opportunity to have another 1994. I really think that we can bring this country back. But the problem is, what did 1994? It brought a Republican revolution, but the Republicans have to stick to their principles. So Chuck, when you're at the U.S. Senate, you have to hold the ground. We cannot have you guys buckle. We need you guys to defend us, because one thing that is frustrating, what I've told folks last year, is they say, well, how can we trust you, Mr. Fuller? I mean, you're going to go up there and you're probably going to get some lobbyist money and whatnot. And I tell them, I don't need their money, I need your votes. If I do good for you, you'll do good for me. So if I'm good with you, I don't need their money. The votes are what count at the ballot, not the dollars. And so I think Republicans, I think a fiscal response for Democrats, I think they need to realize you don't have to govern by fear. You have people that want you to be there because they have faith in you. And we need to bolster them, and they need to know that if they do us good, we will return them over and over again. But we can't have them play these games like our governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger, trying to pull the wool over us with this BS Prop 1A. I'm sorry, it is not a spending cap, Governor. It's a tax increase that goes additional 2 years. So we want to make sure that you guys obviously spread the word on saying no on Prop 1A all the way down to no to 1F. We don't want to be conned. We're sick and tired of the lies. We're sick and tired of the bull. And but we need to keep this sleeping giant awake. We need to no longer be the silent majority. We are the majority, and we need to start acting like it. We cannot just go back and realize, hey, I got to pay my taxes, I got to take my kids to school and all that. And we do have busy lives, and it really is double work for us, because the folks that don't have jobs, who get their little government payouts and whatnot, they have all that free time to complain and whatnot. So it is a bit of a challenge for us, but we need to continue the fight. We need to be able to talk to our neighbors. We need our neighbors to see that we are right. We need to then spread the word. I mean, this is really a word of mouth thing. This is grassroots. We need to keep those roots growing. We need to keep it happening. And apathy, frankly, that's our big enemy. Not the left, not the status, it's apathy. And so we hear a lot of statements from great philosophers, and they ring true. We just seem to hear them and we don't necessarily take them to heart. We need to realize that. We need to embrace that. We need to move forward on that. And it can be daunting. I mean, when I was told, hey, you wanted to throw a Pasadena tea party, and I thought, oh boy, that Rick Santelli really started something here. I must say, it was a little apprehensive. I think, are we going to be able to get anything going in a blue state like this here in Pasadena? I mean, gee, I just realized we don't even have a Republican in the entire LA County representing us in the state of California, so that's a little concerning. Do you think that'll happen? And I have to thank a special person, Jonathan Wilson. He's right out there. Jonathan, you may know of him. He's basically been the General George Patton of this. He's really been the energy behind this, and I've kind of felt like the head of state. Maybe you're more like Winston Churchill, and I feel like King George or something. I feel like a head of state and kind of the face of this. But I really like to thank him. I like to thank Pia Varma. I like to thank all of you. I like to thank the good folks that have supported me last year. And I just think that we can really make a difference. We really can make a difference. Now, we have put together what is called a Pasadena Re-Declaration. It's in essence an affirmation of our beliefs, a belief in the Constitution. We have them going all about. If you see them, take a copy. We also have forms for you to sign. We'd like to stay together. We have a great crowd here. We got to do this again. Yeah. We have an opportunity. Yeah. We have an opportunity. Maybe we have all these holidays that our public schools still like to ignore. We got Flag Day coming up. We have Independence Day. And what was it? I heard some talk that they were getting rid of Columbus Day now. There's the latest on this. That was the latest part. But we have a network here, fellas. We need to keep it going. So we're handing out forms. We'd like to get your email addresses. We'd like to get your phone numbers and all your contact information, and so that we can do this again. And if you haven't gotten a T-shirt, we have those too. And we have a little bit of a, well, maybe it's a bit of a gimmick, if you will. How many of here seen a $2 bill lately? Anyone seen one? This idea came to me about a week ago. I just happened to have a $2 bill in front of me. I was looking at the back of it. It had the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And I was thinking, this could be an interesting prop, if you will. Rather than send in a tea bag to some remote capital in Sacramento or DC and having some yahoo just say, oh yeah, tea bag, okay, go in the garbage. You could use this in commerce. Now, $2 is $2. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's rare. When you get a $2 bill, it's memorable, and they'll ask you, hey, what's with the $2 bill? Well, I got it at the tea party. And the reason is, if you look at the back, Declaration of Independence, this means a lot to me. And so that's memorable. I'll give you an example. Last week, I was at a British shop, now appropriate, Declaration of Independence and all, in Burbank. There's a place called Buchanan's, if you've ever been there. And this English woman, I presented her $5 $2 bills. She looks at me, what did you, rob a bank or something? I said, no. And she says, I'm so glad you had these available for me. I'm going to give these to my grandchildren. And I gave her an opportunity to speak about the Tea Party because she is an entrepreneur. It's her shop. And so this word, this is a means of getting the message out. And I really think that if you just go to the Bank of America and you ask them, hey, $2 bills, they'll go, hey, what's up going on here? Word spreads, and you can find that people will start, the government will start having to print up these bills and say, man, we're getting a lot of demand for these $2 bills. What's up with that? So I realize this may be, it could be a fad or whatnot, but this whole Tea Party thing started on a whim, and this could really be something as well. So I don't want it to go away. I'd really like to have it happen. Yeah. And it's fun. It is fun. It's using the old creative juices and whatnot. So to close in essence, I really want us to stay informed, stay involved, and have an informed electorate. Inform your neighbors. Make sure that they know the facts about the politicians. And if you find yourself in a situation where, hey, it's the Republicans, Democrats are the same, see beyond that. Look at the individual. I mean, if we were just to say that, oh, I'm going to go vote for Republican, I think we ought to say that Republican Arnold Schwarzenegger is no Republican in the truest sense. So you got to look at the individual. You got to trust the individual and make that choice, and truly be informed. What we don't need, just what John Ziegler with this documentary, how it talked about how Obama got elected. The media didn't do their job. You do their job. Okay? Be informed. Thank you for all coming out, and God bless America, and God bless this great state of California. Thank you.